you action figure enthusiasts out there, JC here, and welcome to a Monday edition of TNInews Live. And we've got a lot to cover today. It was slow for most of the week last week, which is why I didn't get, I only got one video up last week, but then things kind of picked up at the very end of the week and into the weekend. So we've got a lot to go over today, but let us just do a quick update, or not update, but check in, see who is in the house. I see John is in the house from Ireland. Looks like he's the first in the house today. So welcome. Hopefully things are going good for you there in Ireland. Hambone, I hope there is new updates on Beast Kingdom's DC figures. I don't know if I had anything other than we'll look at that. Maurice, good time zone all. Can't believe I'm here this early for a change. Welcome. John also here. What's up? We got both Johns in the house. Zim is in the house. What is up? Mr. 777, GIJoe. Definitely had some GIJoe reveals this weekend. I guess technically Saturday was GIJoe Day. Jeremy, good to see you, my friend. Kobo Cop, GIJoe, Yo everybody. Mr. Allmine, what is up? GIJoe writes so much cool stuff. Good afternoon, Mike. Good to see you. Leatherhead for hire. Nice seeing you, my friend. And Rashid is also in the house. Finally got some time to post some figures in the man cave. Nice. I didn't get a chance to open anything this weekend. I told you last week how there was going to be some work on a panel that's behind all these video games, which they did. And I had to pull all this stuff down and then put it back up. So that's what I spent most of my time. But I didn't get anything new open really over the weekend. And I am starting to get a little backed up. Like I haven't opened my GIJoe Classified Xandar yet. What's the other one I have for GIJoe Classified? Oh, shoot, I lost track. My dial tone's still in my pile of loot at Big Bad Toy Store, but there was another Leatherneck. I haven't opened that one either. Plus I've got Guile and Cammy for Street Fighter I haven't opened, and a few other things. And before we get into news, also this Wednesday, I don't know how much news is going to happen between today and Wednesday. So anything news-wise that happens, we'll cover on Wednesday. But also Wednesday, I'm going to be holding a contest for channel members. And if you want to become a channel member between now and then, you've got plenty of time. Link in the video description on how to do that. But we're going to give $100 store credit to that'll be open to the channel members. Now everybody will be able to watch the video on Wednesday, but for the contest, it'll just be for the channel members as a way to say thank you to those folks. It's only 99 cents, and so the contest is just kind of a way to say thank you for those that go that just little extra mile to support the channel. Now, besides that, I also probably will have some Marvel Legend rumor news to share with you, which I'm actually going to give you one little tidbit today, but I should have at least one other to share with you on Wednesday. So hopefully you guys will tune into that. And then, like I say, I'm sure there'll be other news that breaks between now and then. And then Thursday starts the MegaCon convention in Orlando, Florida. And there will be some news out of that convention. Mezco will be there, so we might get some reveals from them. Hasbro is going to be there with Transformers. They're going to be announcing their new HasLab Transformer at the event. They're going to have a Transformer panel where I imagine most of the panel will be dedicated to announcing the HasLab, which of course will go online at the same time and everything. But they indicated there would be some other Transformer reveals. Now, as far as I know, and they even indicated they have a booth, but as far as I know of, Transformers is the only thing that they're going to be showing at this convention. Though I wouldn't be 100% shocked, even though there's not like a GIJoe panel, they might have some GIJoe stuff at their booth. So, basically starting on Thursday, we might get some reveals out of MegaCon this weekend. So we'll just have to kind of keep an eye out for that. But let us jump into today's news, because again, we do have quite a bit of things to go over today. So let me flip our screens out. So real quick, not toy related, but we got a teaser trailer for the new Fantastic Four movie that is coming tomorrow, 7 a.m. Is when the trailer goes live. You can see the Fantastic Four ship there in the TV screen. So again, we're finally getting, been seeing rumors, it's going to be at the Super Bowl or whatever, but it's actually going to be tomorrow morning, which I think is smart on Marvel and Disney's part. No reason paying, millions of dollars for an ad on the Super Bowl when it's just going to get as much coverage, just putting it out straight online. So again, that's tomorrow. Also, speaking of trailers, there's a new teaser that I've only seen on the Marvel Studios Facebook page. And this is for the new. Like this, we need to move. This is for the new Captain America movie. And the thing I found most, I feel like this is the teaser trailer that they should have started with. So basically, in this teaser trailer, they reveal that adamantium has been discovered on this island where the Celestial appeared, at the end of the Eternals movie. So they're introducing finally in the MCU adamantium officially, which hopefully means that which I guess is what the crux of this whole movie is going to be about, which I think is pretty interesting. And hopefully that means that Captain America will finally get his true adamantium / vibranium shield, like in the comics. I could see them making a new shield for Cap that has the adamantium mixed in with the vibranium. They could then give the vibranium only shield to US Agent, which we'll see in Thunderbolts. It does beg the question to me of how they're going to handle Wolverine, unless they're just going to make Hugh Jackman, Wolverine from a different universe, the official MCU Wolverine, which I don't know. But I don't know how you introduce a new Wolverine with adamantium if adamantium is just now being discovered. But I'm sure we'll see how all that plays out. But so I found that pretty interesting, that little teaser trailer pretty interesting. Now, as far as toy news, so just a reminder, the next Marvel Legend pre-order is going to be the mini comic Wave, which will be going up this coming Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. So this includes the ROM figure, the Banshee in classic colors, another Ultimate Spider-Man, Dark Wolverine, a new Adam Warlock, and the Ultimate Iron Man. So again, that Wave will be going up for pre-order this week. Be available at Big Bad Toy Store. Our sponsors, Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth. Amazon should have them as well. So keep an eye out for those if those are figures that you want to add to your collection. I feel like ROM will be one of the most popular. Banshee probably is a classic colors for X-Men. Dark Wolverine, I think, will be fairly popular. We've had so many Ultimate Spider or Miles Morales Spider-Man. I don't know. And then the Iron Man and the Warlock. But again, that's a reminder. Also, we got an update on the 77, TV series Spider-Man figure that was revealed, a couple months ago at the live stream that was said to be a Walmart exclusive. So according to Hasbro's Dan Young, this figure will be going up on Hasbro in March. He didn't give a specific date, but I've talked about this before. I suspect that this figure would be going up during the next Walmart Collector Con event, which I speculated would likely take place late February or March around Toy Fair time. So New York Toy Fair will be starting on March 1st. And I don't think the Spider-Man figure, usually Walmart Collector Cons take place on a Thursday and Friday. So the Thursday and Friday right before Walmart Collector Con is still February. So my guess is it will be either the weekend after New York Toy Fair or maybe even the week after, like the middle, like the 14th, 15th time frame, which is actually when last year when Walmart Collector Con happened. So I can't give you a specific date, but again, I'm going to guess it's either that first weekend in March, which would be or not first weekend, but the second weekend in March, the first weekend after Toy Fair, or possibly the second weekend after Toy Fair. But, well, not weekend, but that Thursday and Friday. Because again, Walmart Collector Cons are usually 2-day events, and they usually always take place on Thursday and Friday. So again, keep an eye out when we do get finally a specific date on when the Walmart Collector Con will be taking place. I'll be sure to update you guys. But like I say, if you've been waiting for this one, kind of penciling around that first or that second weekend or third weekend in March, or again, not technically weekend, but Thursday and Friday. I guess technically it would be the first Thursday and Friday of March, because again, March 1st is a Saturday, which is again the day that New York Toy Fair starts, or the second Thursday and Friday of March. I think that's it for Marvel news. Of course, since I talked to you guys last, the Electro figure went up for pre-order. The No Way Home Electro, $34.99. You can still get that figure at places like Big Bad Toy Store, Amazon. I think it's still pretty much available everywhere. So again, that one went up for pre-order last week. And yeah, that's pretty much it for Marvel news. So, let's see, what are you guys saying out here in the comment section? Hello, everyone. Finally, Rashid. Yeah, glad to hear Rashid. Cool. Everett's here. Good to see you. Set timer for 6:30 a.m. late. CJ with Action Grip. SS86 Megatron reveal would be nice. For MegaCon, yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what this year's HasLab for Transformers is going to be. I don't know what other reveals they might have. Possibly some more aerial bots or Constructicons. I don't know. So, basically, when I find out, you guys will find out. But definitely, there will be some Transformer news later this week. Collectible Fun, what is up? Road Pig John, what's up? Everyone wants to know if we're excited for Daredevil Born Again. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. Definitely looking forward to that one. Hopefully it will be good. And so far I haven't seen anything to suggest that it won't be. I think it'll be interesting to see, from the trailer we saw that Wilson Fisk will, just like we saw in the comics, will become mayor of New York City. So that'll be interesting, and see how that actually plays out into the MCU as well. A road pick hot topic is GIJoe Day. Yep, we're going to get to the GIJoe news in just a few minutes here. Go boy, I'm going to complete my original Toy Biz Alpha Flight team before Dr. Trumpy's tariff destroy the world. Well, just to not to get too political, but right now, Trump is threatening tariffs, which yes could raise prices, but Mexico has delayed that for a month. We're waiting to hear from Canada. Trump's going to be talking with the Canadian Prime Minister at 3 p.m. like right now. So we'll see if Canada comes out with something similar about delaying their tariffs, 10% tariffs on China. But again, we'll have to wait and see. Basically, game of chicken being played right now with the tariffs, and we're just waiting to see who blinks. But so don't totally panic just yet. Leatherhead spoilers: Fantastic Four is going to be absolutely lousy. Well, I mean, since you haven't seen it, I'd say give it a chance. I mean, I would agree that supposedly this alternate universe the movie is starting out in. I don't, I can't say that, but I'm still going to wait until we see a little bit more. Some people saw some stuff at San Diego, which honestly, those people seem to be pretty excited. So I don't know. We'll wait and see. Jeremy would like to McFarlane do reissues of Batman and Robin movie Poison Ivy. We just got those. I mean, I'm not saying he couldn't or do some type of platinum edition at some point, but kind of just got those figures. But let's segue into McFarlane with that. So, and honestly, I don't have much for you guys on the McFarlane front. Another Joker statue, 1/10 scale Joker statue. This went up on Amazon Canada prematurely last week, but officially it's going up for pre-order this week on February 7th. So if you're into Joker statues, that's the official pre-order date. We've got a couple of new Batman cowls going up for pre-order this week on February 5th. So from the Dark Knight Returns, this is a 1/3 scale cowl. That'll be going up. We also have this Justice League one from the Justice League coming. So this one also on the 5th. This is another 1/3. And then for you or actually the third one is also 1/3, and it's from Arkham Asylum. Actually, sorry, I showed you the wrong images. That's Arkham Asylum. Yeah, the one with the long ears is Arkham Asylum, and the one with the short ears is Justice League. Some other items that popped up on Amazon Canada. This glow-in-the-dark Vault Boy figure has not yet been officially released or gone up for pre-order, so that'll probably be coming soon. Another Jokerized and bronze figure, so these will probably be going up soon. Again, these popped up on Amazon Canada, but haven't been officially announced or official pre-orders have been given. Last week we saw for pre-order a Joker movie statue. I talked about this I think on Monday, but it is now available for pre-order for $300. It's 1/6 scale. And we've got another round of McFarlane reveals coming up this week on February 5th. The second episode of the McFarlane Toys show, which is essentially McFarlane's version of a Hasbro live stream. So we got some reveals last month from the first episode, and we should be getting some this month as well. So 8 p.m. Eastern Time, February 5th. 5 p.m. Pacific time for those of you out on the West Coast. But again, we'll be getting some new McFarlane reveals later this week as well on the 5th, which is Wednesday. We had some last week, some new Demon Slayer Wave 6 7-inch figures go up for pre-order. So those are available now at Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth. Amazon has these as well. We talked about this one last week. Originally, it was listed as just a McFarlane store exclusive, and it got delayed and then went up the next day. So it ended up being a GameStop / McFarlane store exclusive. I believe it's still available, at least on GameStop, if you want it. Or no, actually, it looks like it has sold out now. So you can see if it's still available in the McFarlane store. It is still available in the McFarlane store. So if you want it, you can get it there. But again, that is a store exclusive. And it has finally gone up for pre-order. Like I said, they delayed it. It was supposed to go up on McFarlane's store. What was it, last Tuesday or Wednesday? It didn't go up. Then it popped up briefly on GameStop, and then it got pulled down. And then we got the announcement that it would go up the next day on GameStop and McFarlane. So there was definitely some confusion on that figure. Also, these went up for pre-order last week. The Fleischer Superman, the Tempest, and the Dark Flash figures. And one thing to point out here, there looks like there's some type of chase figure that's being offered in this wave. We haven't seen any images of it, but based on the pack out from Entertainment Earth, if you get the whole case, there's two figures that will be, they're subject to change, but at least right now, two figures listed that are the Night Master Shadow Pack. So I'm not exactly sure what that is. Again, it's going to be a chase figure, a Platinum Edition figure packed in this case. And they have not yet released any images for it. So we'll have to wait and see what that is. Let's jump over to NECA Toys. So for you Turtle fans, if you still need this Archie's Mondo Gecko, I want to say this has been available at like Target or something. But it is now available at places like Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth. So again, for the Archie comics, Thanksgiving Ultimate No Leftovers John Carver figure is going to be going up on the NECA store. First to ship at NECA store. I'd wait. If you just want my honest opinion, I'd wait until it's available at someplace like Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth. Best Buy gave us some reveals. So it gave us our first look at this Hammer. Actually, I think we saw this figure on display, I want to say at New York Comic Con, but first official image of the Hammer Films Horror of Dracula Van Helsing figure. So I want to say it was this Christopher Plummer, or not Christopher Plummer, but I forget the actor who played this. But again, Universal Monster line. When it was listed on Best Buy, but not available for purchase. Also, no images, but listings for Universal Monsters Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle mashup figure of Shredder as Dracula. So that's a new one. It's been a while since we've gotten a Turtle Universal Monster mashup figure, but looks like Shredder as Dracula is coming. A new Ultimate 7-inch Beetlejuice from the Beetlejuice movie in the striped suit is coming. And then for you Jaws fans, we've gotten previously 8-inch cloth Jaws figures, but now looks like we're going to get a 7-inch Ultimate Mac Hooper figure, 50th anniversary figure. So I have a feeling that's just going to be a one-off. And I know some of you are probably going to ask, what about the shark? NECA years ago said they were working on a shark that was going to be huge and probably done as some type of Kickstarter, and it never materialized. Honestly, at this point, I doubt it ever will. And just things don't seem to be running very smoothly at NECA these days. So I wouldn't hold my breath on the shark. A new Ben Cooper figures for you NECA fans. Those have this is what, Wave 6 has gone up for pre-order at places like Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth. So if you've been collecting these kids Halloween costume figures, the newest wave is now available for pre-order. Oh, and finally, going up for pre-order, Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, The Last Ronin, April O'Neil figure from the Lost Years with Baby Yi and Moja. I've not read this story, so I'm not familiar with it. April looks like it's had a bit of a rough time here. But again, if you're into The Last Ronin stuff, this is one that you might want to check out. Well, let's jump over Masters of the Universe. For you Masterverse fans, we've got a new pre-order coming to Mattel Creations. That Panther figure that they showed off at San Diego Comic-Con looks like it's slated to go up on February 11th at 12 p.m. Don't have any pricing information on this one yet. Again, we saw it at San Diego Comic-Con, so I'm guessing official images will be coming soon. It is not flocked. It is plastic. But if you've been wanting a Masterverse Panther, it looks like it is finally coming. And I'm pretty sure this is being offered as Mattel Creations exclusive. So that's pretty much it. Some new pre-order stuff for WWE at Target. WWE Elite Legends 26 has gone up for pre-order with Carlito, Rosie, Kurt Angle, and The Godfather. I haven't looked to see if they're still available. No images, but WWE Elite Collection 117 has gone up for pre-order at Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth. Roman Reigns. I'm not familiar with this guy, and I don't want to butcher his name. Grayson Waller, Rhea Ripley, Naomi, and Seth Rollins are in this wave. And for you wrestling fans, Royal Rumble was this last weekend. I gotta say, that's my first Royal Rumble in many, many years, and I actually thought it was pretty good. Probably best pay-per-view I've seen since the last WrestleMania. I know people have had mixed reactions on the results, like GIJoe winning. And I've seen conspiracy theories that it was a botch and that Cena was supposed to win, and I don't think that's the case. I've seen the rumors about Drew McIntyre was upset, which I think is just a work, not anything real. But overall, again, I thought WWE Royal Rumble this year was pretty good. I was actually expecting that Logan Paul was going to win, if you want my honest opinion. Not that I wanted him to win, but I was really thinking they were going to have Logan Paul win. And I still think he's going to get a shot at Gunther before WrestleMania. Whether they give him that belt or not, I don't know. But you know, they're definitely giving Logan Paul a pretty big push, I feel like, in the coming days. Which, again, I'm not a fan of Logan Paul. I think as a person, he's kind of a piece of shit. But there you go. So let's get into GI Joe, which is again probably our biggest news of the day. So again, Saturday was GI Joe Day. So we got some new digital renders. Also noted on Saturday there will be a GI Joe live stream sometime this month. They didn't give a date. I'm going to guess probably the middle of the month, maybe the weekend before Toy Fair. Or the week before Toy Fair, I would say. Um, I doubt they'll do it right before Toy Fair, which again, you know, Toy Fair starts on a Saturday, so I wouldn't expect it to be like Friday or something like right before. But I'm thinking maybe the middle of the month is when we'll get the GI Joe live stream. But definitely more GI Joe reveals are incoming. And again, I wouldn't totally rule out the possibility that they could have some GI Joe stuff on display at MegaCon this weekend, even though there is not slated to be a GI Joe panel at MegaCon this weekend. But anyway, we got some more digital reveals yet on Saturday. So my favorite, well, this is not my favorite, but All Striker with Crankcase. I've seen a lot of people complaining about the modifications they've made to the All Striker. Modifications don't bother me, but just honestly, the All Striker is not a favorite vehicle of mine. So this actually might be the first vehicle that I pass on, just because I'm running out of vehicles. And like I say, All Striker's never been a favorite of mine. In Crankcase, if they sold him separately, if they ever do him on a retro car back, I'd probably get him, but I could certainly live without him as well. So for me personally, I may pass on that one. Slice and Dice for you Ninja fans. 2-pack is on the way. This is my favorite reveal. Oh, shit. You guys are... Oh, no. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong screen. You guys can see. All right. So, yeah, Snake Armor is my favorite reveal. This was my very first, back in the day as a kid, was my first G.I. Joe purchase along with Grunt. I got Grunt in the snake armor at a Walgreens. My dad took me to get a haircut, and there was a Walgreens next door, and we went inside, and they had all this G.I. Joe stuff, was brand new line, and I bought the snake armor and Grunt. So this one, I think it looks cool, but also just has sentimental value because it was like literally the first G.I. Joe item I ever owned. Now, you can't tell from here, but this should hold a figure. I'm going to assume that it's not going to include a figure, but I won't say that with 100% certainty. The original toy did not include a figure, but you never know. They might try and throw in some unique kind of snake armor technician or something to put in there. But I would assume you can or will be able to put a figure inside like the original, though again, that is an assumption. I mean, actually, if you kind of look at it, the original, you just put slid the figure inside. With the way the legs are spread, much. I don't even know how big this thing is. The original wasn't much bigger than a figure, so I don't know how big this thing is. But just looking at this image, I'm not sure you could fit a figure inside because I don't think you could get the legs to fit down into the legs of the snake armor with the way the waist is designed. So perhaps it is not made to hold a figure inside, or perhaps it's one of those where they've got like half a figure inside that you can open up the top half, and you can see somebody inside, but isn't really made to hold a figure inside, if you know what I'm saying. So we'll have to wait and see on this when we get more details. But again, still, this is probably my favorite reveal of the day, and definitely plan on picking up at least one of these. Very well could be like a Hasbro Pulse exclusive, would be my guess. But we'll have to see again when those details do come. Again, the two ninjas, Slice and Dice. Sorry, names slipping my mind. So if you're into the ninjas, you'll probably want to get these. I'll probably get these. I wonder if these are going to be an Amazon exclusive. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. But I'll probably get these guys. For retro card, or not retro card, but for your mass device, they're doing mass device figures. The Snake Eyes with the bear was your first one. They had the red canister for mass. This one has the yellow. It's an updated breaker, so if you didn't get the breaker with the Ram motorcycle, you've got another shot at him. And then these scuba gear or divers, scuba divers, generic scuba divers for G.I. Joe and Cobra. Also mass device. This set comes with the blue crystals. And these are cartoon based. So those not familiar, from the Mass Device miniseries, when Cobra and Joe's fought under the water, Torpedo had his own unique scuba gear costume, but all the other Joes just wore generic yellow scuba gear costumes. I don't know if you can switch out heads. I mean, obviously not mast heads, but you could conceivably, if you wanted to put a Duke head on here or what have you, you could do that, I'm guessing. But you get the generic scuba divers in the yellow, and then the generic red guys, which also appeared in the, I believe it was the Pyramid of Darkness miniseries as well. But they were also when they fought the tube worms. So again, generic scuba divers, which are cartoon based with the red and yellow. So again, I wonder if that'll be a general release. Probably a general release since it's part of the Mass Device line. Now, some of you keep asking, now we've got all the canisters to Mass Device. When are we going to actually get the Mass Device itself? And I don't have an answer for that. Could it be this year's G.I. Joe HasLab? Definitely. I wouldn't totally rule that out. In fact, I saw somebody who had created their own Mass Device, with digital, files that they created themselves. It lit up multiple colors and stuff for 6-inch figures. Look really cool. So if Hasbro, I don't know where I saw the images on Facebook. Again, it was kind of a custom thing, but using, they printed it out themselves essentially, which looked pretty cool. So again, I don't know. I'm sure we're going to get the mass device because obviously I don't think Hasbro would give us the canisters without giving us a mass device. But how they release it, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Moving on, let's see. That's not it for reveals. We had several others. Now my computer's freezing up. So this dude, Dark Lawn, which I don't remember this dude at all, but I did look him up. He came later. I think it was 91 is when this guy got released. He's one of Destro's Iron Grenader guys. The original figure came with a vehicle, Dark Lawn's Raider, I believe it was called. Not getting the vehicle, just the figure, or at least I assume we're just getting the figures since that's all they showed. But another one of Destro's Iron Grenaders, if that's something you're into. I think that, and then besides those, we also got new retro card back figure reveals. So these are essentially reissues of figures we've already gotten, just updated, more cartoon centric looks of Flint. So this Flint, looking at the original Flint, this one's maybe a little better, but is it so much better that I feel like I need to buy another Flint? I don't know. But Flint, CoverGirl, this one is probably going to be the most in demand. CoverGirl with blonde hair, but we've already gotten CoverGirl, but a lot of people didn't like the face head sculpt with the with the red short hair. They just didn't like the face, though. I really wish that instead of getting this alternate blonde hair with the cap, that we had gotten an alternate, updated, better looking red hair sculpt that you could then use on your original CoverGirl if you wanted. Because this is cartoon based. The first one was more original toy based. She only had the blonde hair even in the cartoon for the original mass device, and then they switched her to the shorter red hair, which is how I prefer her look. But again, Hasbro kind of screwed up the face sculpt on the first CoverGirl, so it doesn't look that good. But anyway, we're getting this version of CoverGirl. Still no Wolverine, so we've now got 2 CoverGirl figures, but still no Wolverine for her to drive. Updated version of the Televiper, which originally came with Trouble Bubble. So again, darker colors and stuff, but not something I'm so drastically feel like I needed another one of. But if you want to army build these guys, if you prefer the darker, more cartoon accurate colors, you get the head with the different heads with the little digital readouts on the goggles like you would see in the cartoon. So definitely army building. This guy, I would say, has potential if you want to build that out. So those are your reveals for retro card back figures. Now again, Hasbro said there will be a live stream sometime this month. We don't know exactly when, but probably within the next couple of weeks where we'll get more GIJoe reveals. And again, I wouldn't totally rule out the possibility of maybe seeing a few GIJoe items on display at MegaCon at their booth this coming weekend, which starts on Thursday. This just for you Spin Master fans, a new DC set. These are 12-inch figures. So that's pretty much it. Really nothing on the Star Wars front as of late. So, well, actually, I take that back. For you Easter fans, going up here on February 16th on Shop Disney is this new R2-D2 Bunny Rabbit figure. So if you're into the holiday type figures, this is a Droid Factory figure technically, and will be available on the Shop Disney website. And then, like I say, Transformer news, definitely getting some more Transformer news later this week. the new HasLab. There were some reissues that went up for pre-order last week. Ultra Magnus and Beachcomber. So if you missed out on those the first time, I think Ultra Magnus is sold out. Yeah, the Studio Series Ultra Magnus. Well, I guess it's still available. So again, those went up last week for pre-order. Real Ghostbuster fans. Mondo has released this preview for their Egon Boogeyman 2-pack, which will be going up soon, probably later this week, I'm guessing, or February 5th. So yeah, later this week. Well, actually, more info will be coming on February 5th. It'll probably go up for pre-order Thursday or Friday on the Mondo store. There'll be a single release of Egon released at some point at regular retailers. We saw this figure on display at San Diego and stuff last year. But again, if you've been collecting these Real Ghostbuster figures, 1/12 scale Real Ghostbuster figures, which are very pricey, basically $100 a figure, the next set is going up for pre-order later this week. Mondo announced this at New York Comic Con, but they have again teased it. The GIJoe and Mondo are teaming up, so releasing this preview. Again, they announced that at, I think it was New York Comic Con, so not really anything new there. The Mondo Batman Animated Series Clayface figure, the non-Mondo exclusive version that has less accessories, has gone up at Big Bad Toy Store, $259.99. And still available. Somebody asked about Beast Kingdom figures earlier. So only thing I have for you is they teased, these figures, 90th DC Comics 90th series figures coming soon, but not a whole lot of details. These are 8-inch figures. So Green Lantern, Batman, Flash, Superman, Darkseid. So I assume we'll be getting more information on these in the fairly near future. But again, right now I don't have a lot of new information to share with you on that. All right, so that pretty much catches you up on the latest news. Again, I will be coming back at you. Let's see the time. My cat's sitting in front of the clock. Definitely be back this Wednesday. Even if there's not a ton of news, we're going to do a contest giveaway for channel members. If you want to become a channel member, you can right up until the point of Wednesday's live stream, which will be at 3 p.m. like always. I'm going to give away $100 store credit to Big Bad Toy Store. And then also, I told you I was going to give you a snippet of Marvel Legend rumor. So, and this isn't a big thing and not even what I would consider shocking, but previously we've talked about, I shared with you guys before the rumored listings for the second wave of X-Men 97 figures that are coming out this year, which Hasbro's not yet officially announced. And so the next, actually, I was going to say, this is actually was the third wave: Morph, Jubilee, Emma Frost, Cable, Robert DeCosta, and Logan. But I don't have specifics, but I've seen indications that there will also be additional X-Men 97 figures coming out. And maybe even some of these from the original list have changed. but I don't have specifics. So basically, for today, I can share with you. Definitely look for more X-Men '97 figures. But there are some other rumored listings that I'm still kind of vetting. So I'll probably have something to share with you on Wednesday in regards to that. So stay tuned. All right, let's do a quick rundown. CJ with, I don't remember her having blonde, maybe. I thought she was mostly short red hair in the comics too, but it's been a while. And CJ wants Flint. Breaker looks great. Now keep in mind, because it's part of that mass device line, it's going to be a deluxe type figure. So, it's going to be more expensive than a regular figure, I would imagine. Marie says, wasn't planning on getting slice and dice, but they look interesting. I feel like if you got like the red hand, the red ninjas and stuff, you probably want to get slice and dice. Mr. Allman, yeah, Archie Krang Shredder is hitting Walmart's now. Is on their website. Yeah, we talked about that. I want to say 2 weeks ago, but yes, the Krang with Shredder body has been on the Walmart website since December. Though currently out of stock, and it has been hitting physical stores. So, yes. But Mr. Roma, I hope the snake armor isn't too expensive. Yeah, again, I have no idea how big the thing is going to be. So if it's essentially the equivalent size of the original toy, it shouldn't be that much bigger than a 6-inch figure. But based on this image, it does look like to me it's going to be bigger. So we'll have to wait and see. Um, but I'm going to just, and also I think it's a very good chance it's going to be like a Hasbro Pulse exclusive. So I'm just going to say probably $50 at least is what the snake armor will end up costing. Ever says can't wait to see what they're going to do with the 2012 version of Shredder. I guess that's, yeah, Jeremy. The Shredder, Archie Shredder with the Krang head is, if that's what you're talking about, has been already started hitting physical stores, and it's been listed on. I don't know. I haven't kept a close enough eye to know whether Walmart has had it available on their website for actual purchase at all. But I know it went up in late December. Was listed on the Walmart website in late December, but I haven't been tracking to see how often it comes in stock. Now this should not be a Walmart exclusive. The Archie stuff should be available eventually everywhere. So this is more like a first to Walmart, I believe. Um, but eventually it should be available at places like Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment. So I wouldn't kill yourself trying to get it from Walmart. If you find it at Walmart, that's great. But again, it shouldn't be a Walmart exclusive. CJ says, ooh, people need to stop hating on Jey Uso. Yeah, I mean, I like Jey. He's very energetic. Um, I don't, his wrestling isn't, I find his actual wrestling a little bit on the boring side, but he's very energetic. He's very good on the mic. He's entertaining. Um, so I think he would be a pretty good champion. I got to be honest with you. I like Gunther, but I've found him to be a pretty boring champion. And really, same thing with Cody Rhodes. I've not found Cody Rhodes to be a terribly exciting champion up until this point. Though I will say, the match between Kevin Owens and him during the Royal Rumble, the ladder match, that was actually pretty good. How those guys didn't totally kill themselves on those ladders, I don't know. I saw something saying Cody had actually injured himself, but I don't know if that's for story or if he really hurt himself. Um, Looked like Kevin Owens was killed by the end of that match, but I think that was all kind of planned. But I mean, when I know that stuff is like planned out, but I don't care how well it's planned out. When flesh hits metal, like those ladders, it's got to hurt to a certain extent. I didn't watch last year's Royal Rumble, so I can't compare. But again, I was pretty happy with this year's Royal Rumble. I would have liked to have seen Braun Breaker stay in longer. He's one of my favorites. Uh, Braun Breaker and Fatu, Jacob Fatu. He's probably they're probably my two favorite new wrestlers. Um, Jacob Fatu, I think, is like, probably one of the best wrestlers on TV right now, especially since they're allowing him to talk more. Mr. Allwine can't wait for Panther. Yeah, thank you for. You're right, Christopher Lee, which is what I was thinking, and then you're right, Peter Cushing, also Grand Moff Tarkin in Star Wars movies was Van Helsing, and I don't remember that from because I remember those movies terribly well. I'm not a huge Universal monster fan or those old classic horror movie fans. I just remember reading it, but yes, thank you Hanzo for clearing that up for me. All right, well, we're getting close to the 4 o'clock, so I think it's time to wrap it up here. Uh, oh, and I also like I saw this whole thing about how Drew McIntyre was upset that somebody screwed up or something, and again, I'm not taking that too seriously. I think that's part of his work, but I do foresee a Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest grudge match, coming up here fairly shortly. Logan Paul, I think, is going to end up getting a match with uh, Gunther before WrestleMania. Whether he ends up winning the belt from Gunther or Gunther keeps it through WrestleMania, I don't know. I do think, based on the winners, I think Jey Uso will end up fighting either Gunther or whoever has that belt by WrestleMania. And I think you're going to see, obviously, pretty obvious that you're going to see um, Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns feud play out here. Maybe with CM Punk getting involved as well. Um, so yeah, I thought the women's rumble was pretty good too. Though I got to be honest, some of these wrestlers that made their returns, like I've never seen Charlotte Flair wrestle before because she came about after I quit watching wrestling. I mean, I know who she is. I know who she's related to. And I didn't think she was too bad, but most of those wrestlers, the Alexa Bliss that came back, some of those are all wrestlers that, kind of came out when I was no longer watching wrestling. So they're not what I've know the names, but they're not ones that I've actually really seen actively wrestling. So, but it's, the women's wrestling stuff has been fairly interesting, I think. So I'm kind of interested to see how that all plays out. All right, guys. So let's see. Slice and Dice. I think Mike Solid, welcome. I think Slice and Dice classified figures are too modernized. Need to be brighter. Well, just wait for the retro collection versions to come out at some point down the road. I mean, that's kind of where we are. I feel like if you don't like the regular version, just wait until a retro collection version comes out. So, but anyway, guys, hopefully you'll tune in on Wednesday. Again, we're going to have a contest for channel members. If you want to check out the channel member, how to become a channel member, again, it should be in the link below. And thanks to everyone who's become a channel member. But $100 store credit contest, plus maybe I won't say 100%, but maybe some Marvel Legend rumor reveals on Wednesday. And then we'll play the rest. I'm sure I'll be back on Friday too, because again, we're going to have Transformer HasLab a reveal this week from MegaCon, maybe some other MegaCon reveals for Transformers, and maybe even GIJoe or whatever, Mezco, things like that. So we should definitely have some news towards the end of the week as well. But so again, thank you everybody who has tuned in. Stay safe out there. It's a crazy world and it seems like it's only getting crazier every day. So stay safe out there. And until next time, guys, I will catch you guys later. And Salome says, thank you for joining us today as well. Thanks for watching today's video. Now, if you're new to the channel, please think about hitting that subscribe button. Also hit the bell notification so you're alerted every time I upload a new video. For all the latest action figure news, be sure to head over to ToyNewsEye.com, MarvelousNews.com, JediInsider.com, and TFormers.com. And remember, action figures are great,